Under the sea, under the sea, a giant fishman fucked my ship and stole it from me. Among the plankton and the brine, so lurks the doom of all mankind. Our greatest error, waking the terror under the sea. There's your 6-episode recap, Crusaders. Do excuse Jack while he has another bleak vision of that which man was not meant to know. Better than having to play through a swimming stage, right?
When our foe moved on land, we would track them by the strange footprints they left in their wake, consisting of 5 circular toe marks. They were blind, yet had exceptional sensitivity to both motion and sound. In battle, these creatures could harness the power of the winds with terrifying precision. It wasn't until the great energy weapon was developed that we had the means to fight their evil. Then we were able to drive them down, deep into the catacombs beneath their basalt towers, sealing all routes with impenetrable trapdoors.
So yeah, it's a little hard to make out there thanks to dark corners lathering on the old mad-tastic blur-o-vision filter like it's about to go Turkish wrestling, but the bizarre looking corpses you saw dotted about the place are actually the brutalized remains of the same species of creature we saw emerging from the portal right at the start of the game, the great race of Yith. Initially, you might think those are the beasts that the narration is talking about stealing away in the tunnels, but as we'll discover just before the finale of Dark Corners, there's something far, far worse stalking around down there. Enjoy a somewhat peaceful life until then. We're on maybe the shortest stage of the game, Devil's Reef, or as I like to call it, the Fort Boyard bonus stage. You ever see Fort Boyard? It's basically the Crystal Maze with tigers and Melinda Messenger. Ooh. That is, I don't mean the tigers were the contestants. That would have been right. Nobody steal that. That's my best idea yet. Devil's Reef is really just a few mildly aggravating puzzles and death traps strung along one after the other. As we take our surroundings in here, we'll see that Dagon's broken the Urania down for crafting materials. No doubt, hoping to complete construction on his own little goldfish castle before spring gets here. The Reef of Satan! February 10th, 1922, early evening. Did I really see what I think I saw, or was it another hallucination? Can't be sure any longer. Surely these things can't exist in any rational universe, but then, how could any human imagination, even an insane one, produce such horrors? And why do some of the things, the shapes, the words they use seem so familiar? That's the question that's eating at me. Are they connected to my lost memories? And if so, what on earth happened to me during the 6 missing years? Or was it even on Earth? Need to get a grip on myself and look for any other survivors from the wreck of the Urania. Hope I'm not alone on this hellish rock with these things. Must be careful though, seeing for myself what they do to unwelcome visitors. So let me get this straight, Jack. You've been in the sea twice now, twice within the space of about an hour. But your journal, miraculously, perfectly dry, perfectly capable of crouching half mad and soaking wet in a cave, scribbling away. Kind of impressed that you can remember the date, to be honest. The Reef of Satan, my mind continues to fall to tatters. Oh, God, the date first, that's bad form otherwise. February 10th, 1922, yes. Early evening, just before supper time.
The winds here are fierce, and there isn't much shelter ahead. I need to be careful.
And you see there the first of many nasty surprises the reef has in store for you. There's no bandaging that shit up, it clocks you in the face. Here's where Dagon shows up to grab his various sacrificial goodies from. Little glimpse here also of the wizards that were trying to capsize you with tidal waves last level. It's Bob Marsh. There's 2 sorcerer homies. No letter from Hogwarts for them.
Disc. These shackles would have been used to chain people to the rocks.
Something else meddling with Jack's sanity there. Maybe it's because we're high up, maybe the corpse, maybe he's afraid of water now too, you know. Can you believe this idiot was on the police force at one point? Didn't you run him through basic training? Didn't you pick up any warning signs the minute he was halfway up the rope in the gym and he started foaming at the mouth and threatening to kill himself? Careful climbing up the rocks, sir. The higher winds are just itching to chuck you off the reef of Satan. Back to the deep ones. Is it just me, or does the reef of Satan sound like one of those anti-marijuana propaganda movies from the mid-30s?
There is a disc missing from the engraving.
There's a bit of cave art plastered around the walls here, depicting the unholy union between man and fish that spawns the deep ones. Don't get excited. It's PG-13 guidelines at best.
This lever is the only object in the hoard of treasures not constructed from gold.
So, obviously, that's the item we'll be taking, because Jack's not a thief, remember? Even if the treasure belongs to literally carnivorous starfish at this point. Jack's not a swindler, god damn it. Jack's just borrowing this lever. He'll bring it back. Jack swears. There's some treacherous wooden planks looking to betray you just here. Trust them not! Pretty obvious which ones are looking to collapse on you. Look, that's a going home time job, that, isn't it? It's half free, start getting the van packed up while I chuck this together. Let's have a heal up while we're overstocked. Look at that, you can't be too ashamed of that damage report after coming out of a battle with an old one, surely. That looks more like Jack slapped a girl's ass in front of her bear wrestler husband than a toe-to-toe with Dagon. Where am I going here? That's it, that's the one. Damn mazy fish hole. Who stuck all these elder signs up all over Devil's Reef? Fucking yobs. Fucking Banksy swimming out here. Right, this switch will cover up the pressure plates on a trap down below. I mean, you still gotta plummet down there and fracture your leg, but could always be worse, apparently.
It won't move. I think it's on time.
Whee! Oh, good, we got away with it. It just catapulted some blood into our eyes. I'm sure that's nothing to worry about. Organs rupture all the time, don't they? Now we gotta sort of get around the corner here while the sea tries to drag us away. You're meant to cling to the iron rings on the cliff, but every time I've ever tried to do that, I end up going for a swim, so the easiest way is to just crouch and kind of grind yourself into the rock face here as much as you can. The minute you stand up, you're asking for trouble, so keep squatted until you're inside. Time for a spot of summer camp fun here. Bit of zip lining to keep your spirits up. Devil's Reef has everything. Except an accident log, because technically anything that happens to you here is no accident. Somebody just earned their first badge. Hold still while we affix it to your flesh, child. Now this is the part that'll make you want to shit blood the first time around. Well, thank God my book of Dagon's still nice and dried somehow.
You need to press a button to activate the sequence.
If you paid attention to Ruth's brooch back when we took it from the cop shop, you'll recognize the design on the button there. Alrighty, away we go.
I think I've activated some kind of timed mechanism.
Boy howdy have you. So much can go wrong here. So much can just completely fuck you. So, you gotta follow the red lights here. That's easy enough. Apart from that extremely well-hidden entrance in the wall guarded by poisonous crabs, but we'll let that go. The timer keeps the claw open. Pop the red gem in before it expires, and there. That's all you need to do. Simple, yes? Well, you better hope it is, because not only do you not get another shot at that if you fuck it up, because the switch can only be activated once, but in the little cave where we actually pushed the switch, did you happen to see that big green gem sitting in the little alcove?
without the missile I lodged in his face.
Ho, ho, ho. Well, when you hit that switch, the claws holding the green gem open up, allowing you to take it. And honestly, why wouldn't you? What reason would you have for not taking the green gem? If you do take the green gem, and you race all the way here, the claw will still take the red gem off you, but nothing will happen because the green gem needs to stay exactly where you found it for the door to open. Get in there. Squash Robert Marsh for me.
That's one hell of a drop. I didn't hear it hit the bottom.
So, you know, why wouldn't we just hurl ourselves in? A bottomless pit, you say? Well, alright. So long as it's bottomless. So long as it is truly without end. At least it doesn't write a fucking diary entry while he's plummeting into the void here. Shortly after, certainly, because what? Jack's not gonna do something insane and then immediately recount it like an excited schoolgirl. Oh god, we're back here again. I'm pretty sure this is the last one of the asylum flashbacks that we have to very slowly wander through. When you're plunging down that hole, by the way, don't look anywhere except down, because another of Dark Corner's little bugs, if you start trying to move your head all around, they'll just kind of throw you outside the hole, and that's where you'll stay forever. Or at least until you can summon Task Manager to pull you out. Well, we're now a long-ass way under Devil's Reef in the Deep One's stronghold of Yarn-Thlay. I'm not even gonna pretend to know how to pronounce that. I could have practiced, but I have children that I'm trying to teach how to speak properly. And this Lovecraftian gibberish is worse for them than the fucking Teletubbies. Well, we should have gotten a diary entry there. But I guess Dark Corners is taking my criticisms to heart and refusing to give it to us. My word, this playthrough is just full of wonderful surprises, isn't it? There's a submarine just outside the window back there trying to blow the soggy Christ out of the city, but that magical barrier is still holding strong. One of them Marsh boys just around the corner here. Unless Dark Corner's deleted him too. Oh, no, there he is.
Good evening, sir. We were supposing on no return so soon.
Never mind that. Where the hell is Roland?
Your brother's been leading the children in prayer with Mother.
We don't have time for this religious nonsense. There are troops packing the streets, and the order's been completely overrun. It won't be too long before they find out about this place.
I've made certain the temple's well protected. There's plenty of men patrolling the main hallway in prison.
Good. The barrier has got to hold. Keep on your guard and check the entrance from the reef. I'm going to the lab.
I'd better keep my head down. I've got a much better chance of survival if they don't know I'm here.
Probably not, but then we just jumped down half a kilometre's worth of abyssal pit without giving too many fucks, so survival's obviously on the back burner here. Why sneak when you can slay? Don't think just because I traditionally run away from everything in my retro rumbles that I won't straight up ice a bitch if my back's up against the wall. Or you try and force me into a tedious stealth section. I'll murder everything in a city-wide area if it means I don't have to play a fucking stealth section. Take a look at this, here.
It's written in some kind of ancient language.
God, isn't having the book enough? Do I gotta manually select it every single time I want to translate?
According to the text, the gateway can only be activated by those bearing a sacred charm and uttering an ancient chant.
That, Crusaders, will eventually be our escape route from this sunken ship pit. But there's a whole ton of work and backtracking to be done before then. My god, the backtracking. I'll spare you the worst of it as the narrative allows, but there's only so many miracles I can work in editing, I'm afraid. Who dares trap Jack as if a common house cat?
Well, what do we have here? I don't believe you have an invitation to our little party.
Just check the guest list. I'm under the section for fellas that ain't ugly freaks.
Throw our jester friend here in with the lab rats. I'll deal with him on a more intimate level later. Increase the security levels. Check the area. Make sure he's alone.
Intimate level? Hey, Jack, don't roll like that, James Pond. Keep your urogenital opening to yourself.